What's up guys? Welcome to another video. I'm Lori if you're new here. So today I'm actually going to be answering some vegan questions. So questions that I get asked all the time. So number one, I'm going to be quick here. So number one, why do vegans want to eat food that resembles animals? So we're talking burgers, ribs, vegan eggs, let's say. What else is there? Like obviously milk, the almond milk. Maybe not so much. It's mostly the meat. I always get questions, especially online where people, people post something, oh, A&W came up with a burger, whatever. And then the first comment, why do vegans want to eat meat if they don't eat meat? Why do they want to eat something that looks like meat? The answer is, it's very simple. It's because that's what people were raised on. So the reason that we go vegan, most people don't go vegan because they all of a sudden stopped eating meat. Like that doesn't happen. You still like meat. I still loved meat when I went vegan. And I actually didn't even try to go vegan. I just kind of, and that's another video, but it's because you still love meat. That's what you grew up with. That's like your comfort food, right? But then once you see once you make the connection of what it does to the animal and you see the facts, what it does to your body, what it does to the animal, how we're treating the animals, and the connection between the environment, once you make that connection that you know it's not good to eat animals, then you cut it out of your diet. So you still liked it. I still love ribs. Like when my husband does make bacon or ribs, or because my husband's not vegan, when he does cook something that, it's the memory of it. It does smell good because I haven't got to that point where it smells gross yet. I'm still hoping it's going to happen. It's been 2 years. So it is like, it's a conscious effort. It's just like anything. It's like when people eat healthy, they probably love donuts. They just don't, they choose not to eat it because they want to eat healthier. So it's the same thing. It's like, just because, if you can make a vegan burger, the thing is, if you love burgers and, it looks like meat, obviously, like an animal, it doesn't really look like an animal, but it's made with an animal, a normal burger. If you can find the veganized version that's made of plants, which is still going to taste amazing, you're still going to get the satisfaction of eating it. You still get those endorphins or the happy mood or whatever from eating it. But there's no cruelty. You're not hurting the planet. You're not hurting an animal. You're not hurting your heart. There's no cholesterol in vegan products. So obviously it's still processed. That's another topic too. Like a processed meat animal burger and a processed vegan burger, they're still processed. They're still not good for you, but one doesn't have cholesterol. So that's one bonus. So yeah, that's the real reason is like, we've all grown up eating meat, most of us anyway, in this generation. Now we're seeing people having babies that are being raised as vegan. But for most of us, we actually ate meat and we liked it. We ate it our whole lives. So why wouldn't you want something that is very similar to what you crave? One of the things I did want as soon as I went vegan, well, within the first few months, is fish and chips. It was just, and it's not so much the actual taste of fish. It was more the crispy coating on the outside, the deep fried goodness, and then with the tartar sauce. And that's one of the things I did really miss. And so I wanted that. So I found a vegan restaurant. Thank God it's only like maybe 20 minutes from my house that has vegan fish and chips. So they make it with banana plant. So I don't feel guilty. I mean, I feel guilty because it's deep fried and I'm still eating oil and French fries obviously with it. But I don't feel guilty in the sense that I know my choice is not harming an animal. So anyways, that's seriously one of the most, besides where do you get your protein? That's the second most common question that people get asked is, oh, if you're vegan, why do you want something that looks like meat? Well, that's why I just explained it. So now, anyways, moving on to number two. So number two, okay, this I do get in my videos. I know there are a couple of trolls online who always seem to ask that question. And you'll probably, if you check the comments, you'll probably see that person comment on this video. So here's the thing. So a lot of my videos, I've made things in the past, and I use the animal name because I want people to know what it's going to taste like. So for an example, if I make fish tacos, actually, which I have made vegan fish tacos with the Gardein vegan soy fish sticks, I guess we'll call them. And they're very similar to like a fish, the type of fish you would find in a fish taco. So I've made those. I've done a video. I called them vegan fish tacos because that's pretty much what, when you see that video or see that title, you're going to say, okay, so it's going to taste like a fish taco, but it's vegan. So it's not actual fish, it's something else. So that's why, not some people, there's a small handful of people that think that you should remove all animal context from the titles of your vegan products or your vegan dishes. But I see it on the other side. I feel like, if you don't know what it's going to taste like, you need to have some kind of a reference of some sort to say, oh, okay, so it's kind of like a fish taco, but it's vegan. The word vegan in front of it tells you that it's not real animal products. There's no way you're going to eat it and say, oh my God, I'm not eating an animal. I thought I was eating a fish. No, the word vegan is there. So another example is I just did a video just this past couple of days at a vegan restaurant, and my husband had chicken parm. Vegan, obviously. It was a whole entire vegan restaurant, vegan chicken parm. And of course, the topic came up from one of the commenters asking, well, you shouldn't be calling the restaurant, anyways, not me, but like, you know, the restaurant shouldn't use the word chicken if there's no chicken. And while I see that point, but I also see the fact of, you know, my husband's not vegan, and he had a vegan meal, you know, and it was made with wheat gluten. Or had the menu said, you know, fried wheat gluten, battered in breadcrumbs in a creamy soy-like sauce. You know, he's not going to have any idea what that is. There's no way he would not have any idea what that is. He would not have ordered that because he doesn't know what wheat gluten is. He wouldn't know what the white soy-like sauce would be, that it would be similar to cheese. But it was called vegan chicken parm. Or actually, I don't even know if the word vegan was there because it is a vegan restaurant, so I don't think they put vegan on every single thing on the menu. But he knew. He's going with me. I did not dragged him there, but I was like, oh, let's go there. So he knew it was vegan. But it's like, why, you know, knock somebody, or the company is like, they're trying to show comfort food, that you can actually have everything you want in life. You can have every single kind of food that you want, but a cruelty-free option. You don't have to have your choices, your taste buds cause harm to another living being. So you can have it all, basically. Is like you can choose a kinder version, which you choose with compassion, right? So I do believe that you have to have, you know, within some reason. I even said, and in a perfect world, if the whole world was vegan, yes, you can drop the chicken. You don't even have to have the word chicken, because everyone would know, you know, wheat gluten, okay, you know, that's what it is. You know, you kind of have an idea. Or soy, well, you might not even know, because if you said soy sticks, how do you know that's a fish stick? Or how do you know it's not a chicken stick? Because a chicken nugget, you know, because really soy can transform into so many different flavors. It's just depending on how you cook it, the seasonings you use. So it's like if you said soy sticks with French fries, is that kind of like a chicken nugget? Or is that kind of like a fish stick? Or could that be like a rib? You know, all those things are made with soy. You don't know what any of the things would be. So, you know, I do think that you have to use the term that we're familiar with. We grew up on it. We know what these things taste like. So obviously it's going to be more appealing to someone to get something that's very close to what they normally eat in a vegan version. So that's why you have to still use the names. So anyways, that's question number 2. Question number 3. Okay, this is the last one for this series anyways. I was trying to make the video short. Why do vegans support meat businesses? And I'm talking about basically the fast food chain companies that, you know, predominantly have meat and animal products, I guess, at their restaurant, but then they come out with a vegan option. So we're talking KFC, McDonald's, A&W, you know, even Tim Hortons, any of these big chain restaurants that predominantly are in the business of meat animal products, really. And then they decide to, you know, pick up on the vegan market, or maybe offer a vegan option. You know, there are some people that say, no, I'm not going to support them because they are, you're basically supporting a meat company in their pockets. But then I see it, I look at it as the bigger picture. I say, you know what, these companies are trying to have a vegan option, whether they're going after the meat eaters who are trying to cut back on their meat a little bit, or they're going after the vegan market, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The fact is, there's one vegan option now in the menu, which means that, let's say 10 people order it a day. Obviously it's more than that, but let's just say 10 people a day order it. That's 10 less animal products being sold, because it's all supply and demand, right? The more animal products you buy, the more demand there is. So the more they, you know, forcibly breed these animals, the more animals that are slaughtered. And so that's how the supply and demand works, right? So if you don't give them the demand, the supply is not going to be there for you. So that's how I see it, as like, you know, even if there might be cross-contamination, if you go to like Burger King and you get the Impossible Burger, yes, it's made on the same grill as a meat burger. But you know what? An animal didn't die for my meal. For me to order the Impossible Burger, an animal didn't die. So, you know, if it's on the same grill, it's like any contamination will be burned off. But, you know, for someone to not buy that Impossible Burger, even though they wanted it, you know, there's going to be less opportunity. You know, a meat-eating person might be going in to get a Whopper and they see the Impossible Burger and they say, oh my God, I've heard all about this on the radio. My friends are ordering it. I've seen it on TV. Let me try it. Well, if it's not on the menu, they don't have an option. They're just going to go back to their Whopper. So you really, I feel like you can't be such a nitpicky vegan, or even the non-vegan. Sometimes they're, you know, nitpicky on us, but meanwhile, they hold us to like a higher standard, but yet they're eating meat every day. So it's like, you know what, just stand back for a second, look at the greater picture, look at what we're doing. It's like, if you can lessen the harm with what your food choices are, then you know what, just let it go. Like the Frozen song, just forget about the minor details and just look at the bigger picture. Like, it's a win for veganism, but it's a win for the animals. It's a win for the environment. We all share this planet. It's all your choice affects mine. I affect someone else's world because we're all on the same planet. Hopefully this does clear up some questions. I'm sure that if you are vegan, you've probably heard these questions, or if you're not vegan, perhaps you've asked a vegan these questions. So let me know below if you can relate to these questions, or if you've had any other questions besides the obvious, where do you get your protein from, which is by far the #1 question. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, live your life with kindness for all living beings. Take care. Bye.